Ma. Ka. Ma. Ka. Ma. When I was born, they all gathered around me to inspect. 2 eyes, 2 arms, 2 feet, a small flat nose, and a belly button. They all gathered in the tiny room of my mother's labor, wanting to look, see, inspect, criticize, and finally grant me the right to live. The right to take my first breath, to suckle at my mother's breast, and finally be out into the world. Into their world. When I was born, they all gathered around me to inspect. The lady who lived downstairs, wrinkled like the ridges of volcanic cliffs, bitter like battered rocks against the ocean, said, "He's born on a Tuesday, that's bad luck. My son was born on a Tuesday, and see how crazy he is." My parents, like Hindu sponges soaked in the dirty water of superstitions, looked at each other with shaky eyes. "He's born on a Tuesday, that's bad luck." My dad then headed off to the temple, past the peacocks, the banana trees, removed his sandals, and sought light, warmth, and wisdom under the dark, cold, and esoteric eyes of 1,001 gods. He bowed to each one of them, hoping that they'd each lay the 1,001 demon heads looming over my destiny. When he was done breaking coconuts, lighting sandalwood, dropping money in donation jars, and praying that the entire pantheon would shed light onto the path of mine, he flung himself at the feet of the priest, saying, "Pandit Swami, voice of wisdom, Pandit Swami, voice of wisdom, Pandit Swami, voice of wisdom, please save him, please save him, please save him, please save him from the pre-written destiny of dark clouds made of dust, of shooting stars slicing his fate, of silver rays of sun that will suck out his rationality and make him crazy." Swami flung himself to the ground, threw open his books and his charts, the entire cosmos with dots, lines, numbers, and Sanskrit spread out in the shape and form of every single star in the galaxy. As he rolled his mantras, chants that slipped from under his tongue, he looked down onto my written destiny, there, in dots, lines, numbers, and Sanskrit. It was all written. My destiny. "Tuesday," he said. "Born at 3:15 p.m., he said. Mumbled words in Hindi and more Sanskrit chants. Taking a deep breath, he bloated his belly like that of Ganpati. Ka. His name shall start with Ka and shall be comprised of only 2 syllables. Snatching away this Ka, my father ran home holding the Ka in his hands like it was an elixir of life, a sweet, sweet liquid that I wouldn't find at my mother's breast, but that I was bound to swimming like the very amniotic fluid of her pregnant belly. Lest I lose myself, lest I become crazy, lest I lose my sanity, for the wrinkled lady who lived downstairs said, I might just turn out like her own son who was born on a Tuesday. Ma. My mother came up with the second part. 2 syllables, he said, starting with Ka. What else would they choose? How else could they choose a name that would stick to me, haunt me, taunt me, mock me, question me, bully me, and create that frown on people's faces when I tell them my name is Kama? My mum thus chose the second syllable, and for the first time since my painful birth, she sighed, letting go of the leftover anxiety, the uncertainty, the worry, the misery, all those pointed butterflies that had occupied her empty belly since my unnamed existence. Ka. Ma. Ka. Ma. The more they said it, the sweeter it sounded to their ears, like an acquired taste that one can only subtly discern, delicately perceive, and practice with elegance, like the sugary taste of whiskey and lemon drops as they slide over our senses. Ka. Ma. Ka. Ma. Ka. Ma. When I was 2 weeks old, it was my dad's drunk of a cousin who predicted my future. The drunken man waited until all the aunties and the neighbors had disappeared, until the vultures were done flapping their wings, until they were done inspecting, looking, watching, scrutinizing, criticizing, until they had cursed me with their tongue, pointing out to invisible deficiencies in my body, pitied my mother for her ugly scars, and bestowed hypocritical blessings onto our family. My dad's cousin, with his dry, kinky hair, his alcohol-soaked armpits, and sweaty mustache, came by on a shiny, humid afternoon. It was a Tuesday. He looked at the tiny lump of flesh, skin, and bones that I was. He didn't judge, but he looked closely. He touched my cheeks, looked at my mum, and said, Bravo, bravo, félicitations, on connaît, il y a un joli papa, il y a un bien joli petit papa, mais seulement, est-ce que vous nous remarquez sur l'IG Kailus? This time, my mother didn't see the 1,001 heads of the demons. Her son might be born on a Tuesday at 3:15 p.m. Her son might have skipped a treacherous destiny written in the stars. Her son might have 2 random syllables stuck together as a name. Her son might turn out crazy like the son of the wrinkled lady who lived downstairs. Her son might, he might a million things. I was predicted by all the neighbors and the aunties as they came to look, to see, to criticize, and finally grant me the right to live. But my rum-soaked uncle was right. Indeed, he was right. I was born cross-eyed.